Limit test. Limit test. So here, what is limit test? Limit test is the amount, we have to be find the amount of impurities present in the given sample. So limit test is a quantitative or semi-quantitative test in order to find the amount of impurities present in the given sample. Here, what is impurities? Impurities means a foreign matters present in a compound. So what is test? We have to be examine or investigate the foreign matter present in our sample. So, in short, limit test is an inorganic test or quantitative or semi-quantitative test in order to find the amount of impurities present in a given sample. So, what are the importance of a limit test? To find out the amount of harmful impurities and also to find out the avoidable or unavoidable amount of impurities. As I already talked, limiters, definition of limiters. Limiters is a quantitative or semi. What is quantitative? An amount. Okay. Semi-quantitative tests designed to identify and control the amount of impurities present in the pharmaceutical substance. So here we are comparing our sample with a standard. So we are looking the intensity of opalescent, turbidity, color, stain of standard with that of the test. So we are comparing our sample with a standard. The production of this turbidity, color or opalescent of the test has to be compared with that of the standard. So in this test, the test opalescent, turbidity, color, stain produced by the reaction or specified amount of impurity in the test sample with the reagent is compared with the standard opalescent turbidity color produced by the reaction of a known amount of impurity that is standard with the reagent. We are going to study the limiters for chloride. So what is the basic principle behind the limiters for chloride? Here the soluble impurity, that is chloride. Chloride is the impurities in our sample. That is chloride in our sample react with silver nitrate. That is a reagent that we added during the procedure. So this chloride impurity react with the silver nitrate in the presence of dilute hydrochloric acid. Here the hydrochloric acid is added in order to produce a acidic environment so that our silver chloride may get precipitate out. So this precipitation of silver chloride make the solution opalescence, which appears as a opalescence. So the opalescence produced in the test have to be compared with the opalescence produced in the standard. These are the basic apparatus we are used for the limiters, that is Naessler cylinders. We need two Naessler cylinder. One is for the test and other is for the standards. And two glass rods. Glass rod must need a separate one for both the test and the standard. Then a measuring cylinder, pipette, dropper and rubber stoppers. These all are the requirements, apparatus required for conducting a limit test. This is Naessler cylinders. Naessler cylinders are laboratory tubes with a fixed volume, which is made up of glass and optically plain bottom. On the wall there is a marks which may be 50 ml and also 20 ml marks are there. Uh, so this is a structure diagram of the Naylor cylinder. As you know that this is glass rod. We need a separate glass rod for both the standard and the test. So it's very important to use a separate glass rod. Otherwise, there is a chance for making the our procedure an error. No. This is a diagram for of measuring cylinder, measuring cylinders of different ml. Next, a chemical record for this procedures: dilute nitric acid. That is dilute nitric acid 106 ml of concentrated nitric acid is dissolved in the 100 ml of water to form the dilute nitric acid, and 5% weight by volume of silver nitrate solution. That is, dissolve 5 gram of silver nitrate in 100 ml of distilled water. Then we need a standard sodium chloride solution, that is 0.05845% weight by volume of sodium chloride is dissolved in 0.0545845 gram of sodium chloride in 100 ml of distilled water. Next, the procedures, as I already mentioned, sodium chloride react with the silver nitrate in the presence of dilute nitric acid to form the silver chloride. And the procedure we need both the standard and the test apparatus. That is, we need two Naylor cylinders. One is standard and one is test. In the standard, pipetted out 1 ml of sodium chloride solution, that is 0.05845% weight by volume of sodium chloride was to be pipetted into the standard. And in test apparatus, we need a specific quantity of given sample. To both the test and the standard, we have to be add 10 ml of dilute nitric acid. After that, dilute it with distilled water up to 50 ml. Then finally, we have to be add a 1 ml of silver nitrate solution to both the test and the standard. After that, immediately we want to be stir it with the glass rod and place it there for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, we can see that the opalescent produced. We have to be observe the opalescence produced in both the standard and the test under a black background. Next, observation. What is meant by observation? What we observe from these procedures. If our sample is sparse or coupled with the Indian pharmacopoeia, our observation was the opalescent produced in the test solution is lesser than the standard. That is, the intensity of the opalescence in the test solution is less than that of the standard solutions. The inference was the given substance passes the limiters for chloride as per the Indian pharmacopoeia. If our sample was failed, then our observation was the opalescence produced in the test solution is more than that of the standard solution. That is, the given substance failed the limiters for the chloride as per the Indian pharmacopoeia while we compare it with the standard solution.